New York Football Giants on the road at the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are 4 to 4.5 point home favorites. 40.5 to 41 is your total here. Steven, if we take a look here, the Dolphins on a win streak. The Giants, listen, they won last week. Probably shouldn't have, but hey, a win is a win is a win. It doesn't really matter. They only put 13 points on the board, but that was good enough. And so now we have a situation where the quarterback deal is a little bit murky. There's a neck situation going on with Daniel Jones. If it's not Daniel Jones, it'd be Mike Glennon. Daniel Jones says he wants to play. So I don't know ultimately if the decision will be up to him anyway. So we're a little bit murky on this quarterback deal for the Giants, which always leads us to a weird situation when it comes to betting. That being said, of all the quarterback situations out there, I don't know how much you really value Daniel Jones compared to Mike Glennon really anyway. So it doesn't really affect my handicap all that much in this thing.
Yeah, if you look at the market and power ratings based on closing lines, Miami's about 2 points better on a neutral than the Giants. It's sitting at 4.5 right now as we record this, and that's because of the Daniel Jones question. We don't know if he's playing or not. So right now you're kind of guessing at this point. It seems like he's not going. Usually a neck injury is not something that teams rush or force a player out there, especially if it's your quarterback. So if Daniel Jones was playing, I would say 4.5 is probably too much. I don't think 2.5 points for home field for Miami is warranted. But at the same time, this is still a Giants offense that only scored 13 points against the Eagles last week and 4.6 yards per play. Frankly, they were lucky to win that game and get some turnover luck from Jalen Hurts. This is still the number 26 pass block win rate offensive line for the Giants, facing the number 6 pass rush win rate defensive front for the Dolphins. And when the Dolphins have the ball, this is the most hilarious matchup of the week, guys. Dolphins offensive line, dead last in pass block win rate, but they're facing the dead last pass rush win rate of the Giants. So they actually get a matchup that they can handle this week. And Tua in the last 3 starts has been pretty solid. 12th overall in EPA, 9th and 11th in drop back EPA and success rate. So I think the market might actually be underrating the Dolphins a little bit to only have them 2 points better than the Giants. I think a lot of games for the Dolphins where Tua wasn't playing, maybe factoring into that. So ultimately the question is 4.5 too much? And I think that's a tough question to answer. The look ahead was only 2.5 for the Dolphins here. So it's to bet the Dolphins, you're betting the worst of the number at this point, and that's not something I generally like to to do.
Steven just spent 20 minutes telling us he doesn't know whether he's going to bet this game or not.
So
Brad, we'll head over to you. So I actually do think, but one of the things Steven said, I actually do agree with. I think this Dolphins team is a little bit underrated because whatever it is, people still don't view Tua as good, even though the advanced metrics and the numbers kind of back up that he is at least above replacement level, at least as above average quarterback in the NFL. And then you look at this defense that I think a bit under the radar is a little bit better than people think as well. I think if this was Mike Glennon, the 4 would be a slam dunk for me to bet the Dolphins. If it was Daniel Jones, it's a little bit more murky. What say you on this thing?
Yeah, I think the line probably tells us it's kind of 50-50, right? They've downgraded it 1.5 from when Jones was in there. And honestly, I don't have a better take. I was reading some of the beat reports earlier, and I don't think anyone really knows. They were talking about playing the long game, see how he responds. So I don't really have a good feel. But agree, Tua leads the NFL in completion percentage over expectation since he's come back. He's been accurate. And then this defense is 4th in EPA allowed over the last month since they got their corners healthy. So, broadly agree that they are, a sneaky good team, maybe a 8 or 9 win team. But yeah, got to wait till there's more certainty on the quarterback, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you by the time you're watching this, if you know the news, then like I said, if it's Glennon, I definitely like the Dolphins. If it's Jones, I think this line's probably fairly appropriate.